Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for coming. I shall attempt to entertain you by playing Flight of the Bumblebee. I'm just waiting for the audience to get settled. Thank you. This is my first performance of this concerto. I've never played it before in a live audience, perhaps never again. So consider yourself very lucky to be here to hear this wonderful version and assortment and arrangement. Anybody who's on, please say hello. I'd like to know who you are and see face. Welcome. Without further ado, I shall get going. Stretch out my fingers here. Finger exercises. Should always do your finger exercises before you play the piano. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm ready. Please enjoy your popcorn and wine, or whatever you may be drinking for libations. And away we go. It's a fast-moving piece. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can hear the applause. I can hear the standing ovations. Mary Beth, thank you. Thank you for joining. Do you enjoy that rendition of Flight of the Bumblebee? I have another arrangement that I will be presenting this evening. I'm listening for all the clapping. Silence is golden. I know. It's a wonderful piano, isn't it? Traveled 3,000 miles Just arrived here this morning. Perfect tuning. Perfect tuning. I thought it was off by a half step, but it wasn't. My ukulele was tuned wrong. So now for my next performance, my next piece, I'm going to be doing Hey Jude by the Beatles. Quite different than Flight of the Bumblebees. You call up my music? Much slower piece. Not as classical as the other piece. Okay. I shall present my vocal acuity as well. Yes, the piano sounds good. Just testing it. We ready? Here we go. That's the intro. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Excuse me, sorry, I messed up. It's difficult to sing and play piano at the same time. Because with the Flight of the Bumblebee, you just have your fingers moving. Da, 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 da. You have to think about any singing. So I'll start again. I'll only do one hand this time. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember, that's really right. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. That was first verse. Second verse. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her under your skin, then you begin to make it better. The rest will be a cappella. And anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. For well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. Da 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 da. That's my chorus in the background. Do you hear? Hey Jude, don't let me down. You have found her, now go and get her. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. So let it out and let it in. Hey Jude, begin. You're waiting for someone to perform with. And don't you know that it's just you? Hey Jude, you'll do. The moment you need is on your shoulders. Da 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 da. Chorus, da da. Go down, down. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her under your skin. Then you'll begin to make it better, 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 better. Na, 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 na. And that goes on forever. Na, 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 hey Jude. Do, 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 do. Na, na. Everybody, all together now. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 hey Jude. Na, 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 na. I can hear everybody singing. Na, 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 hey Jude. And it goes on for another 300 million measures, and then it just kind of fades out, and it's done. Da. And that's it. Thank you, thank you. That was my performance for this evening. First was Flight of the Bumblebees, and then a quite different arrangement, Hey Jude by the Beatles. The piano looks smashing. Thank you, my dear. Yes, it arrived here from California just this morning. They put it on a boom, a crane, and it went way over the house and on the other side. And it's already in tune. Can you imagine? It's amazing. Let's see. What are people saying? People sending me like tons and tons of money for my performance? Hey, Carlos, what's going on? Thank you. Thank you for the tie. Yes, thank you. I wore a tie, and I wore a suit for the occasion. So, what did we learn from this? That I'm the accidental pianist. It's by accident. There's a message and there's a learning, right? So, identities. Talk about identities a lot. And I chose to pull up an identity. Someone creative and fun. And there's a gentleman that I used to hear, I haven't heard much lately. And he's a German and he's a pianist. I don't think he's around anymore. I think he's passed away. He was quite old when I was younger. And but he was a comedian. So he was a great concert pianist, but he was also a comedian, and he was hilarious. And so in kind of deciding to do this, I just kind of started to call up memories that I had of him and all the funny, cool things that he did and stuff. And I just wanted to kind of have fun with it. And then I thought of the idea of talking about identities, because this is just an identity. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be whoever you choose to be. So the identity I had, so there were two identities here. That one was on the side, and one was like actually in performing. Thank you, Carlos. One was actually performing, and so the one on the side was the critical one, saying like, "Oh, you'll never do good. You're not any good enough to that. Nobody's gonna like it. You're gonna look like a fool, and you're never gonna amount to anything, and you're just gonna look like a fool, and don't do it." And as this identity was doing this to me, it was like anxiety was building up, and anxiety, and like, I don't know if I'm going to do it, and I'm not sure. It wasn't huge. It used to be really huge before, and actually used to stop me from doing things that I wanted to do. Totally stop me in my tracks. I would totally stop. I'd be so afraid and petrified of really what people would think. So, but that anxiety is still there. That little voice is still there. That identity, and then there was this identity over here, like him. He's happier. He smiles. He was like, yeah, no, I want to be creative, and I want to be fun, and I want to be joyous, and I want to share, and I just want to do what the hell I want to do. And I'm not going to listen to you. And the other one's like, well, yeah, you're going to listen to me. And the other one's like, no, I don't listen to you. And they had this like fight. And when they fight like that, that's when you have turmoil in your life. That's when you get stuck. So what you need to do, and the process that I teach people, and I've taught myself, I do through my coaching, is to allow yourself to accept and love all of you probably have thousands of identities in you. I do. All talking at the same one, all at the same time. No, because every time as a child, you've developed identities as a child, as a baby, as an infant, growing up, as in a playpen, and then out on a playground, and then maybe with a dog, and all these different identities are still part of you. They're in you, and they come out sometimes, or they want to come out sometimes. And when they want to come out, and if you don't let them, then you have strife and things like that. So you want to find a place where both identities can kind of, talk to each other and be kind of happy and then love each other. Yay, I love you. I love you. Oh, no, I love you more. Oh, I love you. No, I love you so much. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, I love you. I love you. Okay. Yeah, enough love. So that's kind of the thing that you want to do with your identities. So you go through a process and you recognize that this identity, the critical one, and the experimental one, the fun one, the creative one, or the non-critical one, over here, they're just as important. They're both parts of you, and you need them at different times of your life. It's helpful to have the critical one be, in your ear when you're maybe making a decision about something that you're not quite sure about. Whether you should invest, your life savings in on the internet or something like that, So then that might be useful, right? Because this guy will be like, oh yeah, just invest that money. You'll be fine. You'll just make all that money back and you'll be good. And you just do it. Well, there's other guys like, nah, you might want to rethink that kind of thing, So it's important to have both of these identities, just talking about these two. And then be able to recognize that they're both part of you and they're both beautiful. And then what happens is, then actually in between all these two identities, these are the extremes, right? There's a continuum of a flow of in between these polar extremes. And you can lie anywhere within those throughout any experience. But once you actually get them to be okay with who you are, all of you, you're good, you're bad, you're ugly, you're a critical one, you're a happy one, and they start loving each other again. I love you. No, enough loving. We did love. That's enough. We did enough for the loving before. I can't handle so much loving. Anyway. So that's what you want to be able to do. And then once you get to the place where you love all your identities, we're not doing it again, no more loving, you come to a place of choice where you can choose which identity you want to be in. Which identity serves you when you need it? Because they're all useful. They're all part of you. So, yeah. So just kind of describing what I was going through as I was doing this, or right before, not actually when I was in it, because this guy was sitting, he was watching. He was like, yeah, it's not too bad. That's a pretty good performance. But prior to, there was a little bit of criticality, like, not sure if I want to do this, and I know it's kind of goofy, and people are going to think I'm weird, and yeah, I'm weird, but hey, that's me. So that's where I am at with that, and that's where you guys should be as well. Embrace all of your identities, your crazy ones, your critical ones, your sad ones, your lonely ones, whatever you're going through, they're all part of you. All right, so yeah, that's my spiel. Does anybody have any questions or anything to say? And you might know my finger's right in the middle here. I'll move my finger. See if I can scroll. I can't scroll this. There we go. The piano went over the house. Yes, it did. I have video. And I have a story. I got to use the boom. Actually, the guy, after the piano went over the house, and they put it down, not while it was going over the house, the guy's like, he said something about, I had a kid one time or something like that, asked me to use I let him put the crane back down. It's like, really? Can I do it? It's like, yeah, sure, come on up. So that's another lesson right there. Don't be afraid to ask what you want. All I could do is say, no, you screwball, why are you going in my crane? I can't do that. But no, he let me. So I have a video of it too. So I was on the crane and I was operating it, and I actually took the boom all the way from back over the house, back over all the way down, and then I put it on their truck, and he secured it. It was so cool. It was the best money I ever spent on a move. So yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, the piano went way over the house and then down the other side. It was up high. So yeah, the piano went over the house. Sort of like, I don't know. Oh, you guys know how to do air guitar? Guess what? We were doing air piano. Okay, that's really bad. I know. All right. Thank you, Carlos. Thanks for saying I'm talented. I appreciate it. Deb, I'm going to have to go back and watch your performance. Darn it, I came in too late. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah. I did a really good job. I learned piano. My fingers really got going there. Combined driver and crane operator. Yes! Maybe I can put a crane on my Mini. Move things around. That'd be fun. That's all I got. You guys have any questions for me? Or do you have any, what do you call it? Requests for me to play? I hope not. Because Flight of the Bend that took me like a whole hour to do. So, you know, so it would probably take me a long time to do another arrangement. Yeah. All right, you guys complete. Thank you for joining me. I'll wait for a second, see if anybody has any questions. And then I will take off my dress-up uniform here. God, we haven't been able to dress up in like a year. So this is kind of fun. I feel like I should go out and a party or something. No parties though. Chopsticks. Oh, really? Oh, I don't even know how to play. Okay, I will play chopsticks for you. Yes, okay. Chopsticks. Maybe. I know they're I think they're thirds off. Let's see. That's pretty close, right? Nope. There we go. Yay! It's my chopstick rendition. Thank you. Thank you very much. Has a great sound. Amazing. It's funny because when I got it here and I wanted to check the tuning, I was playing middle C and I brought out my ukulele and I was playing a C on my ukulele. It's like, wait a minute. This thing's a half step up, half a step off. It was playing a B. Well, I thought it was playing a B. And I was like, playing it. It's like, oh, I had my capo on my ukulele on the first fret. So it was actually playing a C. So it's pretty good. Not too bad. Next performance in the house. I don't know. I have to probably read up and learn the rest concerto. Maybe I'll do Mozart next time. Yes. Thank you, bravo, thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, that's about it. That's what's going on in Lake Wobegon. Do you guys have any further questions or anything? My head's getting cut off. There we go. I don't want to look at that. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. And yeah, the accidental pianist is signing off. Maybe he'll be back. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Kind of depends on what this guy says. But no, they'll be loving. They will be loving each other, and they will be very happy, and they will be very loving, and there will be place, and there'll be a place of calmness. All right, guys. Have a great night. Bye.